What's up, everybody? You feel this beat right here? Here we go. Hey! We about to stamp this out. So if you feel me, come on, come on.
I jumped in my car with my bag of stamps, my punches and my apron on, driving to a house where my girlfriend's with to see my new catalog.
Yeah, you know I love it.
Here I am and it's time for me to shine. Grab my bag and I'm nervous like the first time. It all seems so crazy. I was looking for a way to make it. Now we're chilling out, having such a good time. So we're here for the very first time, making and taking, being creative, blowing everybody's mind.
I said what? Come on.
Blowing everybody's mind.
We coming at you, here we go, come on, say
we share what we love what we do. Come on, sing it with me. It doesn't get much better. Stepping out together. We share what we love what we do. Our life is good.
It's so good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're sharing it with the world.
Everybody say
yeah, yeah, yeah. We're sharing it with the world. Sometimes I have to pinch myself that I can do this every day, helping someone express themselves in a new and exciting way. Downloading with my digital studio, embossing or doing the rock and roll. So many ways to take it when you're using your imagination.
Yeah, come on.
Having fun with our exclusive product lines, showing my flair with award-winning designs, sharing my passion for art and fashion. I am a rising star.
Yeah,
I am a rising star.
it's your rising star. You're coming far, going far. Come on.
Share what we love what we do. Come on, sing it with me.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
Doesn't get much better. Be a demonstrator. We share what we love what we do. Our life is
so good, so
Say
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We're sharing it with the world.
Everybody
Say
say
yeah, yeah, yeah. We're sharing it with the world.
sharing it with the world.
Heart and soul, I'm giving it all. Freedom to live, freedom to grow, unlimited. That's how I roll, Miss Independent. Hanging with my girls at
Come on.
convention.
This is for the demonstrators, rubber stamping educators, hosting party innovators, never being imitators, always rocking it right and never wrong, always keeping it tight and coming strong. It don't matter where you at in the world, it's still the same thing, bringing you the same game, stamping with the same name. German, French, Spanish, English, say A. Share it with the world, you know we stamping every day.
Share what we love what we do. Come on, sing it with me.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
Doesn't get much better. Stepping out together. We share what we love what we do. Our life is good. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. We're sharing it with the world.
You gotta share it. You gotta share it. Come on.
Sharing it with the world.
Sharing it with the world.
Share what we love what we do.
Stepping in
Come on,
the
sing it
daytime,
with
stepping
me.
every night.
Doesn't get much better.
Stepping
Be
in
a
the daytime, stepping
demonstrator.
every night.
We share what we love what we do.
Stepping in the
Our
daytime,
life is
stepping every
good.
night.
Say yeah, yeah, yeah. We're sharing it with the world. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. We're sharing it with the world.
Anything is possible. It started with a dream. Our passion made a difference and built a family. We've grown strong together. You know it's all because everybody plays a part in doing what we love. You can bet it doesn't matter where you go. You find a friend who does just what they love and lets it show. One card at a time can really change the way we live. Focused on the sharing and the chance we have to give. You can do most anything, so just do what you love. Live it, share it, you know it's what you're dreaming of. What we love, what we do, makes a difference in me and you. All these years of inspiration and love. Oh, how we live and what we say, it's stamping up and it's our way. It's so much more than stamps and ink. It's more than just a card you see. It's part of you, a part of me. It's creativity. So just do what you love, live it, share it, you know it's what you're dreaming of. It's what you're dreaming of. What we love, what we do makes a difference in me.
Hello everybody. Oh my gosh, look at my hair. I was just outside and it was windy. Woo! Okay, so my internet is not cooperating tonight. So if you lose me, can somebody please send me a Facebook message and let me know? I was trying to do a video for my team today and it kept kicking me out. So please message me. If you are new, hello and welcome. I just want to make sure that I'm in the right spot here. If you're new, hello. I'm so glad that you're here. My name is Cindy Piggott, and I am the owner and creative director of Stampin' Chick Creations. Hello, Marlon and Nolly. Okay, so you two ladies are going to do me a huge favor. If I disconnect, I need you guys to message me and say you're gone. Because I'm having a heck of a time with my internet tonight. It keeps disconnecting, so I turned it off, turned it back on, so I'm hoping that kind of helped. Fingers crossed. Yeah, so if you're new, hello and welcome. If this is your first Mystery Monday, you're in for a real treat because this one's going to be a good one tonight. And, but if you're new, I'd like you to say hello and let me know that you're here. I always like to know who's here. I know we're going to have a very small group tonight because there's lots of people that are away. There's lots of people with other commitments tonight. So if you are watching this on a replay, can you just put replay in the comments? Because I'm always curious to know how many people are watching me the second, third, and fourth days. Okay, so if you're new, the rules here are I post the measurements around 2 o'clock every day. It was a little bit late today because I had kind of a busy day. And then I give you the measurements and we make 3 cards together. Well, I make 3 cards. You can make as many as you want. And then when you post your pictures to my page or to my group, whichever one you're in, I actually write down your name on a piece of paper. And I put it into my little pail. Hello, everybody. It's raining and overcast. You know what? It's raining and yucky here. And I think that's why my internet's acting out. So, yeah. So somebody has to message me if I lose you guys. So yeah. So once you post your pictures, then I put your name in my draw and we draw prizes every week. So every Monday before we start, we draw prizes. So last week, I told you I was going to give you guys, I was going to pick hello, Shirley. It's going in and out with just music. Hi, Linda. Does anybody else hear music? Okay. So this is what you're getting this week. I said I was going to pick 2 draws this week. And we only had 8 people this week. Hi, Sandra. Yeah, we only had 8 people this week. So 2 people are going to win a paper pack each. So I need to share my screen with you guys though. Oh, I need to plug in my Monday, friends. I need to plug in my computer here. Okay, here's my desktop. Hello, Bev. Okay, so this is what our prizes are. We only had 8 people this week. So I put the 8 names into my little thing. My internet's acting up really bad as well, cutting in and out, pretty choppy. So we'll try and watch the best as I can. Okay, so if I cut out, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record. You're still freezing on and off. Ugh. Okay. If I continue to freeze, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record this. Okay? Keep stopping. Yeah, it's definitely my internet then. Okay. Okay, it's my internet. I don't know what else to do. So I will tell you that a video that I posted for my team stopped, and then it ended up loading afterwards when I thought it hadn't. So I'm not sure what to tell you. Okay, let me just draw these names because this is the boring part, and hopefully it will correct itself. If not, I will just stop and record the video and you guys can watch later. Okay. Oh, Laren! Laren! You're my first winner. Laren is my first winner. So Laren, I will send this out to you. Who's my second one? Susan C. This is my Wallaceburg Susan. All right, guys. So those are my two winners. I'm going to put stickers on these. So that I have you guys. Keep stopping. Okay, anybody else? I know it's the weather. It's raining here. If anybody else can give me some sort of a signal, would be awesome. Or have I lost you guys altogether? Am I still here? Oh, I can't even tell you how frustrating this is. Okay, let me just see. I'm checking from my phone. Okay, I'm going to turn down my volume here. So frustrating. Keep stopping. Okay. Okay, it looks like it has stopped. Okay, so it says I have people here. So, no music here. Okay, so Linda, is it still chopping? Goodness. So frustrating. Nope. Okay. Okay, I'm going to forge ahead, guys. Sometimes what happens is that as it's live, it's choppy, but then afterwards the video is fine. Hello, Paula! So we're just discussing my internet's being stupid today, and I'm losing my cool really quickly. Okay, so let's get through this as quick as I can. If it freezes, I will do a video on this, and I will get it posted. It's on and off for me as well in Alberta. Yeah, it's on and off here, too. It's so frustrating. Okay. Okay, so what did I tell you guys you needed? Here, I'm going to try to get through this quick. Quick. This is the wrong one. Let me start this way. Okay, so I told you needed a card base. Okay, I told you needed a piece of white 4x5 1/4, and I told you that you needed a white 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, I told you need obviously your embossing machine. You need items to decorate your card, which you will understand once you see my card. You need an embossing folder and aluminum foil, and this is just aluminum foil from your house. Okay. There's nothing fancy about this one. I have told you many times, I love making cards with scraps, but I love using product from around the house, actually, even more. Okay? So, wax paper. What is that stuff called? Seal and press, wax paper, parchment paper, that kind of stuff. I love. Okay? All right. So, your bigger piece, not bad now. Okay, good. Okay, so your bigger piece, I want you just to go ahead and I want you to glue this on your card base. So this is your bigger white piece. So when I say bigger, I'm talking your hang on, I want to make sure I give you the right measurements. 4x5 1/4. 4x5 1/4. I'm looking for my glue. Wait. There we go. 4x5 1/4. Okay. Right? So 4x5 1/4, white. Well, I told you white, but actually it could be any color. So I said white because my card base is dark. So you might want to change this. But this will be the same size as what you're putting on the inside. Okay. All right. So if you're new here, you're in for a real treat tonight because this one's a really good one. On the inside or the outside? This one's going on the outside. Okay, so this is the front of your card. Mine has a sticky note in it to keep it closed, but this is the outside of your card. Okay, now you are going to put one on the inside eventually, but we're not there yet. Okay, all right. And I know the internet is a little bit delayed, so I'm going to be a little bit patient as well. All right, now your Alcan, just your standard aluminum foil. That's it. Dollar store even. Clay and seal. Clay and seal. That's the other one. Dollar store is even better. I want you to just take a strip. How big would you say the strip is? I don't know. Just take a piece. Just take a piece. Okay? Let's take a piece wider than your cardstock. How about that? Okay? So, you're going to take a piece that's wider than your cardstock. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pair of scissors, and I'm actually just going to cut this in half. Sorry, I didn't tell you scissors on your list of things you needed. My apologies. Okay? So, you're with me so far? So, this piece is a little bit wider than your cardstock. You're going to cut it in half, roughly. You're going to put one to the side. Okay? Hopefully, for those of you that this was freezing on, hopefully it's straightened around. Try not to get this too wrinkled, if you can. Now, you know that tin foil has, or aluminum foil has, a shiny side and a dull side. So, I like to use a shiny side, personally. But, if you want to use the dull side, you can. Okay? So, I flipped mine over, so I'm going to use a shiny side. I'm going to take my little piece of white cardstock. Now, when I say little, sorry, it's the one that it measures, what's this one measure? 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, I'm going to place it here in the center of my aluminum foil. So, those of you that have been stamping with me for a while have seen me do this probably numerous times because I love this technique beyond words. And I'm just going to run my tape runner all the way around the outside edge of my cardstock. Okay, we're going to try to make this straight as we can. I'm going to fold this in. So essentially what I'm going to do is I am going to wrap my white card base okay. Now when you get to this part up here, I like to fold in the sides like you would a present, just to make it nice and clean. Okay. And then you're going to fold that down. Okay, so we're just kind of wrapping our white cardstock. So really, I said white, but essentially this could be any color. So if you have scraps that's about this size, you could use it. I just said white because it was just the simplest thing to tell you guys. Okay, there you go. Your card's done. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just realized you guys can't even see my face. There, hello. Okay, so you've got this. You want to make sure it's nice and finished around the edges, but you don't want to do what I just did and rip it. Okay, so then I told you need your embossing folder, right? Okay, so for this first card, I am actually going to use the leaves. So this is part of the Nature's Print bundle. And the cardstock I'm using tonight is Starry Sky, which is one of the new in colors. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so it says we have 8 people on. I'm going to keep watching my phone in case something happens. Okay, so I'm putting my cardstock into my embossing folder. like this. Okay. Now, I'm going to go off camera for a second. I'm going to come over beside me and I'm going to run this through my embossing folder. Okay. Now, when I come back to you, I'm going to lift this up. Dun, da, da, da. Can you see this? You see how shiny this is? So this is an amazing alternative to foil paper. Well, it is foil paper, but paying for expensive 12 by 12 foil paper that you only get 2 pieces of. This, my friends, is an alternative to that. So the key is you need to put the cardstock behind it because it needs to have that reinforcement. Now, you can actually color this with your blends or your finger daubers or your sponge if you really wanted to. Okay, so I made one today. It's ugly. Okay, I'm just gonna forewarn you guys. So it's not a pretty card, but it's hard to tell on camera, but I took my blending brush with my soft suede and I just went over this to lighten that bright. Okay, you can't see it on camera. I know you can't. Okay, I told you. I know, it's awesome. So you can leave this exactly as is, or I could bring in my ink pad, which I will do on one of the other cards. I don't want to do it for this one, but I'm going to actually bring it in and I'm going to color this. I know. I love this technique. And it's been forever since I've done that. Now, when you go to glue this though onto your cardstock, you want to make sure you don't rip your aluminum foil, right? So what I suggest you do is actually glue this part. Okay, don't glue your aluminum foil. Glue this part because you risk tearing that. So now you want to be careful where you're putting your glue, right? So I'm going to layer this on top. So the reason I told you to put the white was because I wanted you to have a little bit of a frame around this so that I'm going to just bring in my camera a little bit more there so you guys can see there. Maybe I'll turn off the light. Is that better lighting wise? Maybe like that. It's awfully dark for me, but that might be better for you guys. Okay, so because it's very shiny. I know on camera it's probably very, very shiny. So yeah, so now we're ready to decorate our card, right? So for this one, I did a mock one of these today. So I kind of already know what I want to do with this one. So I'm actually going to bring in this piece here. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to bring in this, and I'm going to actually bring in, have you guys seen this bundle? Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's got this really cool label. And of course, it's got our coordinating dies. But look at this really cool wreath it has too. Right? And it's got all these little bits that we can use. Yeah, it's so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to grab a piece of just white scrap. Do I have white scrap? Here, how about this be white scrap? I don't know what this is actually used for, but we'll use this. Okay, is everybody with me still? I know Talana is because she said, eek! Okay, you got to give me some thumbs up to know that you're still here, because I'm kind of panicking a little bit, thinking I've dropped you guys all. It says there's people watching, but I don't know what that means. Okay, I see a thumbs up. Anybody else out there? Yep. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to move this to the side for a second. Here is my, I don't know what I'm going to call this. Flower? I don't know that's a flower. But anyway, whatever this is, whatever it is, I don't know. I'm going to stamp this here. Okay. And then I'm going to use Here it is. I lost my leaf. Then I'm going to use this. And I'm going to do this one. Watching only. That's okay. Shirley's still here. Okay, good. As long as I have people here, I never know what's going on. So I always panic a little bit. I could be doing this whole video talking to myself. Which, I mean, let's be honest. It's not like it would be the first time that's ever happened. Okay, so I'm using Starry Sky, and this is Gray Granite is what I'm using. Okay? So, guys, you can do this technique with aluminum foil. Exact same technique. Aluminum foil. You can do it with wax paper. You can do it with parchment paper. There's a variety of things you can do this one with. So I'm going to go to my die cutting machine, and I'm going to cut this out with this, right? If you do not have this on your wish list, guys, you need to have this on your wish list. And then I'm gonna use that for my sentiment. Okay. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna stamp my sentiment first. I'm gonna stamp. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna stamp my. I feel like I have something in my mouth. Okay. I'm gonna stamp my sentiment. It's like a hot mess today, honestly. Okay, I'm going to do this in Starry Sky. Okay, so do you guys love this? You have to tell me, because now I'm curious. I know some of you guys have seen this before. I know you have. So, but those of you that have not, I'm curious. Do you love it? Because I know... Sorry, I'm just trying to get the gobbledygook off my stamp. I know that we all love using scraps because that's my number one. Yes. Yes, okay, good. I'm so glad to hear that. So my number one is using scraps. My number two love is using things from around the house. So I don't feel that crafting should be, you know, a weight-bearing thing, right? So I think it's always really cool when we can use things that we already have. Like during COVID, you know, like when we couldn't go out, it was kind of cool to be able to craft with things in your house. Okay, so I need to grab my magnetic plate, and I'm just going to die cut these off camera. Okay. I'm going to be very brave, and I'm going to do these all at once. And then I'm going to come back, and we are going to finish this card. And then we're going to attempt to make two more. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really feel like this might be my favorite card tonight. So, the other thing, if you're new, what we do is at the end, I'm done making my cards. We have a vote. We have a vote as to which card we like the most. 1, 2, or 3. It means nothing, really, in the grand scheme of things, but it's always interesting to see what everybody likes. Okay, so I'm just putting my dies here. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way. Now, you know what my next favorite thing is? What is it? Potentially I have the note already. No, I do not. Okay. My next favorite thing that I have, that I use, dimensionals, right? Okay. So, I am going to actually do this one first, because I'm going to put this one back behind. I have blue all over my fingers. Can you see that? Okay, so I'm going to go about here. I'm totally guessing where to put this. And then I'm going to pop this one up. Here maybe. So I love this bundle. Like, love it so much. And it's surprising because it's not one that I thought I would have liked. But there's something about the fonts and the look. And now, I probably could have actually put like an oval or something behind here. Really. But but I feel like it would take away from the dimensionals. Yes, see, you're getting to know me quite well. I feel like it would take away from the design. So I'm actually going to put this here. Like that. Very, very simple. Very simple. But I'm going to bring in these, which are my iridescent rhinestones. So, I love these iridescent rhinestones. And I'm just going to, actually, you know what? I'm not going to put that up there. I think what I'm actually going to do, okay, hang on. Change of plans, friends. I am going to, oh, that's not what I want to do. I know these don't match, but it does not, well, now they don't match, but, oh, I keep wanting to put that in there. Okay. Okay. So card number 1. Yeah, I think it would take away from the tin foil, actually. So, but I feel like it needs something else. I don't know. Something. Maybe some vellum or something, maybe. Like even behind, just to kind of soften it a little bit. Okay, so that's card number 1. Now, I'm going to clean my stamps while you guys are getting caught up on me here. Now, I need to, I've turned my water off again here. So I don't have my Stamp and Scrub going, which is really frustrating because my fingers should not be this blue by the time I'm done. All right, so I'm going to put this one away. So this is that Sun Prince. Oh my gosh, I love, love, love this one. The fonts are beautiful. The designs are beautiful. I was going to show you the one. Oh, here's the one I made today using the exact same one. So that's exact same one. But what I did here, oh, is my camera blurry? There, that's a little bit better. What I did here was I added an extra stamp because when I stamped this over, it went more to the left than I thought it was going to go. So then there was an empty spot here. So I just added that in there just to soften it up. Okay, you see those? So pretty, right? All right, now let's do number 2. So maybe this one I can, maybe I'll color the foil on this one. We'll see. Okay, so this one I am going to use, what color is this? This is Coastal Cabana. And now for this one, I'm going to use black. Okay, so I did tell you guys white, but I'm using black, and then I'm going to use white for this. But again, this piece that's being covered in aluminum foil, you can make it whatever color you want, because nobody's going to see it. Okay, so you just need something. It could actually, you know what you could use for this, actually? You know the backing from your chipboard, or the backing from your 12 by 12 paper that you get? You could use that as well, okay? It's just something sturdy to kind of hold your tin foil. Okay, so again, I'm just going to use the shiny side because I like the shiny side. But you could use the brushed side if you wanted, which would be a little bit less, it'd be a little more subtle. That's what I'm trying to say. If my words would come out of my mouth, it would be a lot easier on all of us. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to put this here. So you can see, like I cut this down to, I said half. Well, I think the other one's a little bit bigger. They're not really exactly half, but so you want to make sure this is snug, right? Trying to keep it as like unwrinkled as possible. And I'm just folding this in to keep it nice and clean. So I'm kind of using, like wrapping it kind of like a gift. I don't wrap gifts, by the way, so that's kind of funny. And then I'm going to fold this one in. I'm going to look like a Smurf to go to work tomorrow. This is going to be great. My fingers are going to be blue. I hope I don't have any big important meetings tomorrow. I'm on video, so here's hoping they're not looking at my fingers. Okay, so here's this one. Oh, do you want to know what I'm doing for this one? What stamp set I'm using? If you use the backing from the DSP, would it be too thick to go through the embossing folder? I don't know. So I wouldn't use the actual brown chipboard. I would use the white, the cardboardy, the white one. So don't use the brown chipboard because yes, it will be too thick to go through. Just use that white. It's more like a cardboard, light cardboard type one for that. Oh, I don't have an embossing folder for this one. Okay, I'm going to use, oh, I thought I had picked an embossing folder. I'm going to pick the honey one, the honeycombs for this one. Okay, I don't know why, but I am, just because, well, because it's my card and I can, maybe. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do for this one. Yeah, that's fine. I was just thinking I'll use the roses, but I'm going to use the roses on the next one. Okay, so, but yeah, if you don't want to use white cardstock, even like if you have an ugly color cardstock that you bought that you don't like, I would even use it, right? So sometimes you get, like I know myself, I've bought card packs from maybe a big box store because I was in a pinch and it came as a sorted pack and there's a color in there that I don't like. I would use it just to kind of cover that up. It's a good way to use that up. Okay, so here is the honeybees or honeycombs. Okay, very cool, eh? So this one I'm going to do on my black. Now I'm using a lot of glue on this one, which I don't necessarily need to do, but I'm going to actually make this card a landscape card. So you could skip the second layer if you really wanted to, but I like having that second layer because I think it kind of gives it a little bit of a little added pop. Now I just realized that was kind of silly. I might be okay, but I put my glue too far up. Well, I might be okay. So when you go to glue onto your black piece or your white piece, whatever you're using, just careful where you're putting your glue. Okay, because you don't want it, you want it high enough that you're going to catch that, but you don't want it too high that it's going to catch up here. Okay, so now for this one, I was going to use this butterfly, and my intent was, I had a whole bunch, oh, here they are. I was like, I had a whole bunch of scraps that I was going to use. I'm going to actually use this, maybe not that. I'll see. I want to use this stamp set, Go To Greetings. So this is a new stamp set that I just got, and I had to have it. I had to. I love this font right here. It's pretty big for this card, I think, but I also like this font, and of course I love this font as well, right? So I might do a Thinking of You for here, and then I can flag this. I might make this a narrower piece. I might just make this a very narrow piece. Now, of course, I could have like added ribbon here. I could like put a strip of paper here just to kind of break it up a little bit, right? There's so many things I could do. I'm not going to get into all that tonight, but you could definitely add to your card for sure. Thinking of, is this the one I want? Thinking of You. It hardly looks like it's going to fit on there, actually. Let's see. So I think I'll do this in the Coastal Cabana to bring that in from the back. Where's my Coastal? I'm not sure this is actually going to fit on my strip, but let's just see. If not, I'll just grab a thicker piece of scrap here that I have. I'm going to move this out of the way for right now. So I'm stamping on a glass mat here, and my paper tends to move sometimes. I don't know if I like that. Let me just try something here. Okay, now I overstamped. Okay. Okay. We can make that work. All right. Oh, I love these butterflies, Shirley, don't you? They're beautiful. And I think for spring, they're just perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, this is garbage. I am going to bring in my scissors. I'm going to cut here because I don't want that. And I'm going to cut here because I don't want that. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do something. Yeah, I'm going to do something. I know. You guys are like, of course you're going to do something. What is she going to do now? Okay, I'm going to bring in this little cutter. And I'm going to actually trim this down. Just because I think this is a little bit too thick. And the other one I think was just a little bit too thin. So I'm just going to cut this down a hair. You know, that is a very technical term in the crafting world. Cut that down just a hair. Because me and my measurements and all. Okay. See, so now I've got it like kind of the measurements that I want. Whatever that happens to be. And where's my scissors again? Put this in. So I actually have a punch that will do this for me, but I'm going to cut that down. If I really want to, you know what I could do? I could actually, I could put this partially through my die, so it would make my ends fancy, but I'm not going to do that tonight. Okay, so I'm just going to flag that. I'm going to trim this down a little bit. And I'm going to flag this. Do I want to flag this side? Hang on a second. Let's think about this for a second. Let's take a minute and focus. Yeah, I think I'm going to flag this one too. Okay. Flag. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put dimensionals on either side. So then it looks like it's popped up right here and right here. Now I need my baby dimensionals. Oh, I didn't tell you guys what your prize is this week. Look, this is your prize. Sorry, it's buried on my desk here. I'm looking for my baby dimensionals. Okay, these are not the ones I was looking for, but these will work. Okay, because I'm going to put a dimensional right there in the back of my butterfly. I'm going to put him right here. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do this side first. Oops. That did not do what I wanted to. There. Okay. Okay, that might be a little bit too much, but it might be down now. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. That's a little higher than I wanted it, but anyway. But you can see here, there's my butterfly. Very, very simple. Very simple, okay? On purpose, we don't want, like, too much going on, right? Now, I was going to put these butterflies on here, but these are gold and this is silver, and I'm thinking not so much. I'm thinking not so much. Oh, I don't really have a lot of silver stuff. Okay, you know what I could do? I could just use regular rhinestones, if I can find them. Nope. Okay, I have to find my regular rhinestones. Here they are. And of course, I can color these, right? We know that because I've shown you this. Well, let's do it again. I'm going to take my polished pink. And I've got my, what are these? My Stampin' Blends. And I'm going to, now I'm using the dark colored one. Okay, I'm going to color that one. I'm going to color this one. And I think I'll color just a baby. Now be very careful when you do this with your blends because you don't want to ruin the tip of your marker. Okay. So We're going to let that dry just for a second. And then I'm actually going to use, because my gummy part I have to replace. I know. I tell you guys this every week, but seriously, I just not had a chance. Oops, okay. Apparently that one wants to go right there. This one has a mind of its own tonight. So I'm going to put this one here and this one here. And I think I'll put this one here. Okay. Oops, what am I doing? Oh my Lord. So I could color that whatever. I could put those wherever. But just to show you very quickly, you can color your rhinestones. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need our Wink of Stella. Who does not have a Wink of Stella? This is a must-have in every paper crafting room. This is a staple in your toolkit. Okay? So if you do not have a Wink of Stella, you must have one. It's a must. That's a direct order. And I'm just putting it on my butterfly because I want her to be beautiful and blingy, but not like gaudy blingy. Like, not like, oh my goodness, look at that butterfly. It's just like, wow, look at that butterfly. Now, oh, you know what I was going to do for this one, guys? You made me forget. I'm blaming you guys. I was going to color this one. Shoot, that's what I was going to do. I was going to color that one. Okay, next one we're going to color. Ah, completely forgot. I got so excited about what I was doing and forgot about my embossing folder. Okay, next one we're coloring. Okay, so I still like the first one the mostest. So I'm going to put that one there. Okay, let's do our third one, and I'm going to show you how to color it. Oh, I can't believe I forgot to color that one. All right, I'm going to clean this off. I think I did already once, but okay, I got to put this back. Okay, internet's hanging in there, guys. I hope. It says there's 9 people watching, so I hope there is. And it's not tricking me. Okay, so let me get these guys in my garbage. All right, so this one I'm going to use is the rose. Oh, I didn't cut these out already. Darn. Okay. And this one I'm going to do polished pink. So far, so good. Okay. Polished pink, and I'm going to do black. Black, and then that's going to be my tin foil, aluminum foil, whatever. I guess tin foil is not really the appropriate name for it, is it? It's aluminum foil. Does it matter, do you think? So far, so good. Okay, so this one's going to need a little bit of die cutting, and I'm not even sure I have what I need to die cut this. Oh, maybe I do. Okay, we'll see. Here. I was like, I need my aluminum foil. So really, once you do this, if you do your foil appropriately, you could actually make 4 cards at once. Right? So this one, I think what I'll do is I will do the brushed side and I will color it. We're going to pull out all the stops on this one. Okay? Okay. So, brushed side, we're coloring. I hope I remember to color. Okay. So again, I told you white for this, but you guys can use whatever color you want. Oh my gosh, did you see what I almost did? Something is not happening tonight with me. I don't know what's going on, but okay, so I'm folding, right? And I'm folding. I almost put the glued side down is what I almost did. Okay. And then I'm folding this like a present. Which is funny because I don't I don't wrap presents, but I don't have the patience for it. I'm a gift bag type of girl. I have such appreciation for people who put all this effort into gift wrapping. I used to work with a lady that, oh my gosh, she would spend hours and hours and hours making the most beautiful gifts. And I would think that's such a waste because they're just going to tear that open. Okay, so see, this is brushed, not as shiny, right? So this is the back side. And I'm going to use the roses. I love these roses. Oh my gosh. You guys see me use the same thing over and over and over all the time. I know. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. Okay, so you want to make sure your tin foil, your aluminum foil is snug, but you don't want to tear it. I'm going to run it through my die cutter. That did not work at all because I need my other layer. It's over here. Okay, so let's try this again. I'm going to try to emboss that one more time with the right sandwich in place. Okay, here we go. Now, look at that. Is that not beautiful on its own? Like, you would need to do nothing to this. Nothing, okay? But I promised you guys we were going to color. So, I'm going to bring in my polished pink. Now, this is really great if you want to do antiquing, okay? What did I say? Polished pink and my blender. You know what I'm going to do here, though? I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper to put underneath. Now, this will not absorb into your paper, guys. So you have to be very, very careful as to where you're holding your paper, okay? And it's not subtle. I mean, it's not vibrant. Very, very subtle. So you are probably not even going to see anything on camera. But I will try to take a picture afterwards to show you what this looks like. And it's very beautiful, but it will only go where it's raised. Oh, sorry, not where it's raised, where it's not raised. I'm getting ink in my cardstock, sorry. So you can actually color your own foil paper now. Like, whose mind is blown? Can you see how you can't see this? Can you guys see this on camera? Because it's very, very subtle, but holy smokes, it's beautiful. Okay. So if you're just joining us, hello. We are embossing aluminum foil, and now we are coloring our aluminum foil. So I don't know if you guys can see that a little bit. Yeah, it's very, very subtle. Very subtle. I mean, I could keep going, but the problem is, and I say problem because it's not really a problem, but kind of is that because it's aluminum foil, it has nothing to absorb into, right? And it's not intended to be this like, oh my goodness, wow, look at all that pink. That's totally not even the purpose. But the purpose is that it's just enough so that you can kind of see the tinge. And it's a light, but oh boy, it's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to get this out of here now. So, oh, come on, glue. Oh, I'm at the end of my glue. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, here's one. Hang on. Hang on, friends. Okay, I gotta change my glue. Okay. Sorry. Talk amongst yourselves. Will it dry? It will a little bit, Chris. It's not going to dry 110%, so you want to be cautious with it. It's not going to come off like crazy, but it's not going to, it has nothing to absorb into. So it will eventually kind of do its thing, but I would still be very, very cautious with it. So I will take a picture of this close up when I'm done, just to show you. But yeah, it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay, so then what I wanted to do for this one, because of the coloring, I was going to take these dies from Amazing Silhouettes, and I was going to say, you are amazing. So like, you are, and then amazing. You are amazing. And then I was thinking like some sort of a flower or something. Or I could just do thanks. Thanks would be kind of fun too, because keeping it nice and simple, because that's our theme. So I'm going to do the background in black, and I'm going to do the front piece in what's this? Polished pink, and the back in black. Potentially, yeah. Okay, so stay with me for 2 more minutes. I'm going to show you this. You're going to love it. So if you don't have these dies, oh boy. I kept seeing amazing cards done with these dies, and I could not for the life of me figure out where everybody was getting them from. And then I realized, oh, that's what those are. So thanks. And then I'm going to go thanks. One more thanks. Oh, I need my plate. Hang on one second. I need my plate. Okay. So thanks and thanks. Let's get this out of here. Oh, let's get this out of here too. Oh, this one too. How fun is that? How fun is that? Now, here is the problem. My fine tip glue actually got messed up. Because my needle did not go back into the hole, which was totally my fault. I'm trying to find my silicone mat, sorry. I just had it here this afternoon. Oh boy, okay. Okay, my silicone mat was honestly sitting right here. Okay. Oh, here it is, found it. I put the stamp sets on top. Okay, so I am going to, so if you don't have a silicone mat, a silicone mat is your friend for 1,002 reasons. Especially, name of the dies, please. The name of the dies are, hang on. Amazing Thanks, Marlon. And if you want the product number, it's 157816. Okay, so normally I would do this with my fine tip glue because I do not like Tombow. Because Tombow and I are not friends. If you watched, oh, you're not on my team. Okay, so if you're on my team, you saw my video for my SSS event. And I explained I don't like Tombow because for me, personally, I find it's like nothing, and then all of a sudden there's a big blob. And it drives me nuts. And I know that's just me as the operator. So Tombow and I are not friends, but I will use it from time to time. Okay, so now I could make this go straight on, or I could offset this. Okay, like that. Okay, so now what I could do is I could take my mini dimensionals, which I had here on my desk. 30 seconds. Okay, here we go. I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going, oh, you know what I wanted to do here? I wanted to put ribbon on this one. Shoot. Okay. Well, on my next card, you will notice that I have ribbon on it. I still think my favorite card is the first one, but let's just see. Now, I could totally dress this up, guys, but I'm not dressing anything up tonight because it's not about the dressing up tonight. It's about the technique. There's a spot right there. You can't tell if the tin foil's ripped or what's happening there. So let's just cover that up. Look how simple that is. Right? So this one is very, actually, I could have made this one go this way too. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm just looking at my roses. I probably should have gone the other way. But see how simple this is? Okay. Now, I'm just going to clean off my desk here so I can bring in the cards again. So how many of you guys are going to try this technique? Whoops. Tearing the stamp apart. Anybody? Anybody intimidated by this technique? I can't imagine. Me. Shirley says me. Sandra said definitely. Good. Okay. So maybe this is one I should have done 2 prizes for next week. I'm excited to see what you guys do. Almost got one done. So yeah, so if you've been with me a while, you've seen me do this before. This is not a new technique for me. I love this technique. But I find I don't do it often enough, to be quite honest. I kind of forget about it. Okay, so, all right. Now, I have to put stuff away because otherwise, you know what happens? Disaster. Okay, my time to change. Okay. Okay, are we ready to vote? I gotta find the cards first. Okay, this is my least favorite. This might be my favorite. I'll put this one here too. We'll put it into the vote for tonight. Yep, I'll try. Hopefully soon. New hair and I'll try it too. Hi, Diane. Hard part is gluing my embellishments on. Yeah, so, you need it. Do you have a take your pick tool, Bev? This one? Take your pick tool? Everybody needs to take your pick tool. That's another must-have in our crafting world. So, Diane, are you new to me or are you just new to crafting in general? I know this is your first time here, but... Sorry, I'm doing this the old-fashioned way, guys. Sorry. Okay, so that is like your best way to get your embellishments on. Use your spatula or even your poker. If you don't like your rubber. My rubber is dead. Like I have to replace it, but I never remember until I go use it. And then by that point I'm like in the middle of a video. Friends with Shirley and Sandy. Yes, I know. So are you new to crafting though? Love the blue ones. Hi, Dawn. I didn't know Dawn Marie was here. Oh, new to me. Sorry, I did not see that, Diane. Sorry. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're voting 1, 2, and 3. Actually, I'm going to do this. I don't know if that's fair. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, like that. I'm just trying to see if this is actually coming off. It's hard to tell. My fingers are so gunky. To me, Shirley says 1, 2, 3. I cut mine out of the expressions in ink, so nowhere to hide the glue. Oh, yeah, that's why. Okay. Okay. So my favorite is 1, then 3, and then 2. I think it's these gems. I think they need to be situated differently. This one's so plain, but so pretty. So pretty. Yeah, I'm losing my voice, so I need my water. I'm just hiding. Okay, let's vote. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3. Whatever you guys want. 1, 3, and 2. 1, 3, 2. Yeah. I think we all agree. 1, 3, 2. So pretty. So there is a million combinations. 1, 3, 2. Yeah, see, everybody's saying the same. 1, 3, and 2. I absolutely agree. This one, oh my gosh, is so beautiful. It's just so simple, but so pretty. And I think if we put like a vellum oval behind here, I think would have like really made it pop even more. So 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. Everybody's saying the same thing. 1, 3, 2. Yeah, that's perfect. Awesome, and the internet held up for me. That's fantastic. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do now. Hi. Oh my gosh, I look awful. Okay, so what you're going to do is I'm going to take pictures of these and I'm going to get them posted so that you can see them up close. And then what you're going to do is you're going to try at least one card. You're going to either post it on the page, and if you're not sure how to post it, that's fine. You just message me, send me a private message, say, here's my card. I will still enter you into the draw. They are coming out, Shirley, tonight. They were waiting on one demonstrator to pick their selection. It wasn't me this time. I had mine in nice and early. So they're coming out. But yeah, so you're going to send me a picture of your card if you're not comfortable posting it to the group. And I want you guys to know that everybody's at a different level, and that's okay. But we all learn from each other, right? So I don't want anybody to think, oh, my cards aren't good enough to post on there, because wow, some of the cards that I see are amazing. Yeah, there's amazing cards, but you know what? We all have our own talents. So I want you to post them. I want to see what you're doing. I want you to share it with the group. This group, honestly, is so incredibly, what's the word I'm looking for? Encouraging. Sorry. Oh my God, my brain. So encouraging that it's a great group. Okay. So, and there's never been one negative comment on my group that I've had to ever remove. So that tells you a lot. Okay. So post your pictures. Let's see them. Okay. Share them with everybody, because honestly, sometimes, well, you see with my cards, sometimes I'm like, that is ugly. Right? Supportive and friendly. Yes, that's exactly. So sometimes my cards are like not, like I'm embarrassed by them. But somebody else might come across that and go, wow, that is amazing, right? So just what you don't like does not necessarily mean somebody else won't like it. Okay? Because actually I find my ugliest cards are the cards that sell the most when I do craft sales, which is really funny. So, okay. I'm out of breath. I've been talking a lot. So yeah, get your pictures posted. My pre-order for all the holiday product and fall product is arriving tomorrow. However, I have a team training tomorrow night, so I cannot go live tomorrow night. But I am going to try to go live Wednesday night, bearing any concerns or issues or something else popping up. I'm going to go live Wednesday night with all the pre-order stuff that I bought. And I bought a lot of it. I bought a lot more than I thought I was going to buy. Because this book is phenomenal. And so I'm going to show that to you guys on Wednesday night is what I'm hoping for. Okay. So be sure to come back and join me Wednesday. Just watch like, I'll post if something happens. But I'll show you that. And I have one more stamp set coming, or one more bundle coming that I just ordered today. So more than me, Shirley, I think it probably was more than you this time. I don't think UPS is going to be very happy with me tomorrow when he shows up, because between the soiree product and my pre-order, yeah, it was a lot. So he's not, I hope it's not my regular driver, because he's not going to be very happy with me. So anyway, so yeah, so be sure to come back Wednesday night and check out what I have to show you, because guys, this book is the best one yet. And I know I say that every single book. I know I do. But like, legitimately, this one is like the best one yet. So it's all your fall and Christmas stuff. Okay. So, and a couple other surprises I'm going to show you. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining me, everybody. It's 8:20. So we got done an hour, 3 cards in 1 hour. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. All right. Get your pictures posted. I will see you all Wednesday night right here, 7:15, to show you all the swag. Okay. All right. You are very welcome, Diana. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. All right. Good night, everybody. Stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.